Welcome to the channel and this Let's Play where we are doing the campaigns in Transport Fever 2. And I thought I'd start the video with a little bit of an update of where we are. You can see we've completed 2 missions of Chapter 1, and in this part we're going to be going for the Highlands and Islands.
The industrial city of Glasgow is bursting at the seams. The factories are working full blast, but the competition is not sleeping. In terms of economic issues, the countries in continental Europe have long since caught up. Something must be done to stop the cradle of the Industrial Revolution from falling behind. Anyone who doesn't toe the line now will fall by the wayside.
So it looks very much like we are now up in the Highlands and round in Great Britain, or Scotland actually. So this could be interesting. We've got 3 bonus tasks to do: the Ferryman's Wage, Craig Nadun, and Fleecy Charge. Whatever Fleecy Charge is, probably to do with sheep. There's quite a lot of sheep up in that area of Scotland. So we're just going to start. It says, in the north of Britain, in the midst of the Victorian era, the industrial city of Glasgow is bursting at the seams. The factories are working full blast.
Scotland, the land of enlightenment, the land of progress, the land of science, the land of industry. The Glasgow City Council wants to modernize the transport infrastructure so that the city remains the vibrant industrial metropolis that it is today in the future as well. With your transport company, you're as good as predestined for this sort of contract. The shipyards on the Firth of Clyde have been famous for their sturdy boats for quite some time. New processes for the mass production of high-quality steel are now opening up previously undreamt-of possibilities. A member of the City Council recently proposed to you during a pheasant hunt whether you'd like to supply his friends in the shipbuilding industry with this essential material. Coal and iron are available in abundance in the areas around Glasgow. Off to the blast furnace with them.
So our first mission is to deliver coal and iron to the steelworks in Glasgow. So we can just shut that down for the moment. I suppose the first thing we're going to need to do is actually find out where they are. So it looks very much like the steelworks is, whoops, must admit I'm still struggling a little bit with the camera. I think the easiest way to actually move the camera now, I've been doing a little bit of practicing, is to use the A, S, W, E keys to move around the map, and then just restrict the mouse for when you actually want to rotate the map for a reason. But I think probably for general use it might pay just to keep in a certain position. So it looks very much like we've got to connect we got an iron ore mine there and a coal mine there, and we've got to connect those up. So I guess the first thing we need to do is actually make some roads. Streets, what we got here: 2-lane road with 60 kilometers an hour, 80 kilometers, 4-lane road, because we could use 2-lane roads for this. I think Snafu left a tip about actually doing things in short lengths so that you can actually avoid cuts and whoops. And I think if we just follow the terrain through here and cross to maybe a little bit there. Actually, it's gonna just curve this way a bit, and then it's gonna cut through here. Got a collision. Why have we got a collision there? Oh, I think we got the collision over here actually. I'm just going to connect that 2-way road up there, and I assume we're going to have to I think if we just come that way, then maybe that way, then we can just hook in like that. So we've now got the road of tram track. Keep yes, no. Do I really need tram tracks? No. Okay. So we got basically we got to use the knowledge we've already learned prior to there. So I suppose what we're going to have to do is put in modular truck station. We're going to have to put one in over here. One I would like to maybe cheaper this side. Got to start thinking in long-term game mode now. And the cost of building things is going to be expensive. I wonder how far can we go? If we can get that to about there, and then that will reduce the distance from there. And I suppose if we put this smack in front like that, and then we'll just rotate this. Will that cause a collision? If that... Could I be cheeky? If I put it there, we're still going to need to transport it, and I'm a bit worried about with having the two. So I think what we'll do is we'll play safe for the moment, and maybe we'll put this one about here. Now, of course, the next thing we're going to need to do is set up a line from there. And we're going to have to create a line from there to there. And of course, and we're just going to call this iron line. We've got to get into the habit of naming these, and we'll call this coal line. Now the next thing we're going to need is some form of truck delivery. Oops. Now I would guess that eventually we're going to be connecting this road up to here, because I assume we'll be delivering to Glasgow. So I think what I'm going to do is let's just stick with the mission. So always a bit reluctant when dealing with this. You can mess things up if you're not careful. Kind of part of me says put that up there, out the way. Okay, we've now got that here, and we're going to buy some vehicles. What have we got here? Cargo. Oh, we've only got one option, so I think we're buy about 5 of those. We'll allocate those to the iron line. I'm just gonna buy some more, another 5 I think, and we're gonna allocate those. We've done those to the iron line, so we'll allocate those to the coal line. That's interesting, they go to this first, go to there. So it's deliver coal and iron to the steelworks. So we've got coal there, and we've got iron there. So that should start, let that run, and get things up and running. My instinct tells me they're going to have to bring a road through here. So we've got a big pile of coal there. I mean, is there a ratio that we actually got to do for this? So it looks very much like we need 2 iron, 2 coal to make 1 steel. It says rule there, I presume rule suppliers. That's telling us there. Consumers, Glasgow, shots. Is there a rule for this one? No, rule just says straight production. Oh, we got stuff being...
The shipyards crave steel for colossal tubs. The bigger the better. But it doesn't get there all by itself.
So it says deliver 10 steel to Glasgow. Now there is a map where you can look and... Is it the... No. It's water. There's one where you can actually see the resources. Track speed. Cargo layer, there we are. So effectively we've got to deliver steel to this area. What's this over here? I presume that's commercial. So we've got to deliver the steel into there. Okay, the first thing we're going to need to do is connect the road through. I can find it. Streets. I think we'll stick with the same. I think if we come through to about there. Now technically we can use this depot to export the steel, I'm assuming. And that's a bus tram stop. And we've only got to deliver stuff to here, so if we, and the steel is all in this area here, if we put that there, and I'm very tempted to actually connect that through to here. Okay. And what we're going to do now is create a new line from here to here. And can we set, right, Glasgow, oh, this is a lot smaller, it's quite small actually. Where's steel? Stone. Actually, we'll come back to that. Let's just get some delivery trucks going. Presume we can't. Yeah, so we're going to buy another 5 of those to start with. Because actually, let's buy 6, because that's actually a longer distance. And oh, what has happened there? Okay, assigned to line 1, and why can't I rename that line? Okay, yeah. Let's call that steel line. Nope, it's not line line. Are you delivering steel? Let's just have a quick look. Yeah, he's delivering 1 of 5 into this area here. A lot of private transport running around here at the moment. We've got the amount of money being expended at the moment. Got a lot of coal and iron coming in here. I don't really want to overload the system just at the moment. I just want to let it run just to get a feel for it. We've got a great big pile of steel here. We're getting a little bit of shipment going there. Can we see anything going on over here? Okay, so we started the delivery here. So I assume we're just going to have to let this run for the moment. What have we got in here? We're actually low on steel, aren't we? Not steel, iron, sorry, oops. Got to stop using the mouse. We can get here. Can we duplicate? Reverse, set line. Stop. Manage vehicle. Okay, we can come in here. What we're going to do is put another couple of trucks on here, because these have got the longer distance to travel than the iron here. So obviously these need more trucks to get more into here. We're getting coal stored in here but not iron. In fact, I think I'm going to go these vehicles. We're just going to I think we're just going to push up that, because I think this is going to be one of the key elements of this game, is getting your production supply lines balanced so that they actually do fit. So we got two. I mean, maybe I should have put more delivery lines in. Maybe I actually need more trucks on this route as well. Yeah, let's just look at that.
Your deliveries of high-quality steel make it possible to build. Time to make use of these robust steamers. Sustenance for the city's working masses is found out on the islands. Delectable fish swim in the sea. And the distilleries on the Hebrides produce an absolutely exquisite whiskey. It's called the Water of Life. Get out there and explore the air. Every ship needs a harbour, and your venture needs a particularly good one.
So we're going to build our first harbour. Let me just... This is build a harbour here. This is obviously where the... It looks like we've got the whiskey out here. And that's actually already got a harbour. Where's the fish? Oh, there's fish over here. So we need to build our... Put ships, you need a port. What on earth is that? Okay. So we've got to build a port down here. We got here. What else we got? It's just, oops, going the wrong way. I guess about the same. My instinct is to build the, so we could build the port there, but my instinct would be, let me just, would be to build the port more out this way and then put a road in, because traffic will probably move faster than.
Help to build a shipyard so that it won't be long before you can call a beautiful ship
we just
own.
Let's get out the trees. We can just bring the road along there. And we've got to build a shipyard now. I assume it doesn't have to be on the... It's navigational water, is that the right way around? We could probably put the shipyard over this side. As far as I know, it doesn't have to be connected to the road.
Sail you safely through the wild waters of the Western Isles on your daring expedition.
Okay, we've got to build a boat now, so let's click on buy a ship. Okay. Buy a vehicle. What have we got here? The Wilhelm I and the Dunedin Castle. My instinct would be to build. That's got 200, 2 compartments, loading speed 50, 20. I think we'll go buy one of those.
Explore the Western Isles to obtain whiskey for the city.
So establish a route and have a ship sail to Port Ellen. Which one's Port Ellen then? Where's the... Is this Port Ellen? Yep. So, you've built that, thank you. So I'm assuming that we're going to have to put a new line between there and there. And so we've now got a line between those two. Where's my ship go? And we're just going to assign you to. So our ship is now out and sailing. That's cool.
Industry is buzzing. Thanks to your services, its need for steel is always covered. In contrast, a lack of personnel looms on the horizon. Nowadays, the city's working class is outrageously spoiled. The workforce is rebelling more and more against the prevailing working conditions. On the other hand, in the Highlands, countless hungry people wait gratefully for employment. All that needs to be done is to get them to the city. Build a railroad in the wild west of the Highlands so that this remote stretch of land finally experiences the blessings of modern civilization.
So we've got to build a passenger station in each Glasgow and Fort William and use the tracks to connect the line. So we don't actually have to connect up the fish. Interesting. Just curious about. I would have thought we would have to deliver the whiskey. Steam to harbour, okay. Train ships can be built. Because I can't see how that. Because the whiskey is over here. Anyway, let's stick with the mission. So we got to connect Fort William to. Just get an orientation, I think, for this. And it's gonna zoom in. We've got to build a train passenger line from Fort William to Glasgow. Okay. So I suppose we better start up here. Buildings. This is a modular train cargo. Actually, where are all the passengers? Although I made this mistake before. Oh, let's just see. Okay. People. Got to get a hang of the overlays. Where's the? Oh, there it is. There. We got a bit of commercial there. So I suppose my instinct would be to build the train station here. So if we, it says we got a Houston, we have a collision. I think if we put the train, this one end of the line here, and if we, now the question is, where would be the best place to put the station? Kind of my instinct would be to. Oops. I think I'd like to probably put a road from there to there, and then we're going to put a. Just rotate this train station. If we put the train station. Wow, that's going to be. That could be very expensive. Because that's. Does it have to be 160 meters long? I mean, can we shorten it? I don't think we're going to get away without that cutting, is it? Actually, I know this doesn't. No, that's going to annoy me. Okay, we're going to go with there. And now this is where I've got to take Snafu's tip very seriously, because we're going to be running track through here. And the end of the line. I don't think we're going to be able to avoid a cutting through here, are we? Maybe if I come to about there, and then maybe just come to about there, then kind of cut. Can we reduce that cutting down a little bit? Maybe we'll now start from the Fort William end. Actually, get back to basics. There's a pretty straight line through there with no real contour changes, so I think we'll be okay there. What we're aiming for is about there, isn't it? Got kind of a valley through here. No, oh, of course I bought that truck stop there. So we go there. I don't know how close I can get. Well, I don't think we can avoid a cutting here. If we come up to about there, and then maybe just, I'm probably overthinking this a little bit, but and I think if we get to about there, and then we should be able to connect through to about there.
Supply the city of Glasgow with workers none the worse for wear who haven't fallen victim to the union's pipe dreams yet.
So next thing we got to do is create a line between here and Fort William. Wow. We'll call you the.
These days, big landowners' fleecy balls of wool now graze where families of farmers once cultivated their patches. Lady McDougal asks for help. She wants to know if all her little sheep are still together.
Whiskey. Call that the whiskey line. Okay, we're going to accept
help with accounting and look to see if all the sheep are still there.
Okay, I presume we just got to go around clicking here.
All the people in charge have dozed off from all the counting.
Dozed off, make noise. How the heck? How do I make noise? I need to get my train line set up first. We'll worry about waking people up later on. Right, next thing we need is a buildings. I think we'll put the train depot up here. I must admit, I'm still not totally happy with the way these train depots are set up. Let's just put this here. And of course we're gonna have to buy a train. We've got in the way of trains. Well, that's a bit slow. How's this one? This one's 45 kilometers an hour. This is 50. Okay. And then we're going to need some passenger cars. I think we'll probably add about 4 of those. I'm just going to buy the single train, and we're going to allocate that to the workers line. And I just want a quick check to see if we could. Well, we found the emission. What's that emissions line? I think we're close enough to the residential and commercial area of Fort William to do it. Now, how are we supposed to wake people up? Make noise. My instinct is that we need something that's going to deliver the whiskey to this area. I mean, if I can find the necessary ones again, sorry about this. I will get there. What's the commercial area? See, we got the whiskey in this area. Now, to me, we should be delivering whiskey from here over to there. So my instinct is that we need some kind of transport line here. So I would guess that what we need to do is build I'm just going to, right, that's got connections there. So we can move that away a little bit. Okay.
What's going on here?
So I built one thing and
inventory's over and done with. The sheep are all there. Madam, sir.
And I think if we put a delivery one there, and maybe another one just there, And then we set a line up from here to there to there. Call this whiskey delivery. Vehicles online. What's and what we're going to need to, where's my, okay, we're going to need some, buy about 6 of these, and what we're going to do is name you, allocate you whiskey delivery. It says here, okay, so we're still transporting people. We've got a whiskey line to here. I mean, I presume got people traveling there. Oh. Here's still line. Here's the whiskey line. Where's my ship gone? Now I did see something about that you don't get anything actually in the ports or on the line until you've actually got a demand. Oops. New vehicle available. Looks like we got a little steam engine running. I mean, could I put in a passenger route to get more people coming into here? Maybe that will work. Hey, let's do this. I mean, we got to start exploring. So, we got here bus and tram stop. Put a tram stop there, and we'll put one. This probably covers that bit of that area there. And of course, we're going to need one by the station. And you're going to go to there. There. Gotta learn the symbols. So we've now got a little bit of a tram stop running around here, and we'll call you. We've got steel worker line. We'll call you passengers. I'm gonna have to be a bit more original about my my naming. If we come up to here and buy some vehicles, we need some passenger vehicles now. What we got here, we've got a stagecoach, and what on earth is this? This is, oh, these are steam. Oh, we're gonna have some of these. I think if we put get about 6 of these. I mean, I've got the money, and we're gonna allocate you to passengers. So we've now got people going. I mean, are we getting any whiskey deliveries yet? No. It says steel. Okay, looks like we've actually now got our first lot of whiskey on the way. Now you're going to pick up whiskey, or you're going to, yeah, you've now got 5 barrels of whiskey. Hey, yes, we are in business. And life is growing quite nicely. We got in our first passengers now, and you definitely want to go to the station here and move it. I mean, let's see. Oops. I mean, could we set up a? I mean, do we really need a workers passenger line up in this area? I think we'll probably just wait for the moment. So it's very clear that to get a line up and running, you've got to have the demand. So it's probably the same with the steelworks, that you've got stuff flowing into here, but this wouldn't really start producing seriously until such time as you've got a way to deliver it. So that actually makes sense. Let's have a look here. We're actually getting a lot more iron than. So I think this is quite interesting in the fact that this is not. I mean, we've now got more iron coming in than coal. So what we probably need to do now is clone a couple more of these. This is the coal line. Let's get some more working on there, because that's got 187 sat here where it should be there. Okay, I think we're doing good. We're doing good. It's gonna. Well, we're at maximum speed already, so. I mean, my instinct would be to have another train, but I suppose it's just going to be a question of patience. We've got 21 passengers on here now. So we just follow the train. Must admit, I do like the train. Oh, it's right behind me. Keep running. Through this really deep cutting here. And we're at, wow, we run straight into the... Now, we had a lot of people get off that train, and they're all coming out the station here. I wonder whether this doesn't go up until they get where they're going. So let's just hook onto our little Sherabang here. I still like the way the horses run. So we got 5 passengers. Oh yeah, we just run her over. Okay, okay.
Keep in a good mood. Make sure you don't fall for any kinds of rebellious activities. Precautionary sedation is called for. Whiskey from the Western Isles is excellently suited to this purpose. Supply the city with cheap booze that pacifies the dissatisfied, so that subversive activities don't get started. Plunge into the wonderful world of spirits. No one will be left high and dry.
It seems I've anticipated this need already. I've got a bit ahead of the tutorial. The initial part of the tutorial just says connect up this port, but don't actually deliver any whiskey. And what I've actually done is I've actually jumped to this bit already. We've actually delivered 23 or 25 whiskey
Without
already.
fail, some of the whiskey oddly disappears in transit. Is it likely that it evaporates out on the open seas? Is it the legendary angel share that imperceptibly vanishes there?
Okay, what we got?
The ship sails through the locks of the Inner Hebrides, rolling from side to side in peculiar curves. Word has it that cheerful singing coming from the steamer was heard on shore.
So my ship is...
Captain Klein says the ferrymen are very poorly paid, so they might have occasionally treated themselves to a sip from the cargo. That just won't do, of course. If at all, then they ought to get drunk like self-respecting people do it, inside a good pub where it's nice and cozy.
Supply the pub with whiskey. So where's the pub? It's here. Okay. Have you collapsed or are you developing? Okay.
Thanks to you, throats are well lubricated all over Glasgow. But
Like the way the
empty
buildings are
stomach,
upgraded.
The water of life makes people anything but lively. What's required is a sound basis in the form of solid food. A new dish is currently on everyone's lips. Deep-fried fish with deep-fried potatoes. What a culinary delight! Help this masterpiece of British cuisine to triumphant progress. Your services are going to stuff the city's jaws and provide fishing operations on the Atlantic with record sails.
Does it say build a cargo station at the fishery and use tracks to connect it to Glasgow? I'm a bit more interested in the pub. Why is the pub not that's a passenger line. Where's my... I mean, that's in range of the pub. So will the deliveries get to the pub? I think we'll just let that run for a while and we'll look at the... So we've got to put a rail line from here down through. So we should be able to use this line. So the first thing we're going to need to do is put in a railway station up here. So we're going to need a terminus. Well, we're going to need to just turn that round there. Just nudge that back a little bit. And then what we're going to have to do is find some way to connect this. We're going to have to come all the way through, kind of through the centre of Fort William here, aren't we? That's going to be a little bit unfortunate. Okay, we're just going to have to... Can we connect that to there?
The fish out in the Atlantic leap happily into the nets, all on their own. And thanks to the railroad, the merchandise is even still fresh when it arrives in town.
Okay, but do I have to build a... We connected the line up. Does that mean, can I extend this? Does that mean we've got
to... A mysterious stone circle is going to transport you into the past, where you can help James Fraser, an equally courageous and passionate man, to win the decisive Battle of Culloden against the English Redcoats and write history in the process. The stones don't reveal their secret to just anyone. Prove that you are worthy of their wonders.
Okay, we'll come back to that. I'll just... I'm more interested in delivering the fish at the moment. I think we can have a shorter... Do I have to put a second... It seems a bit illogical to me to have... See, we got the fishes up here. So... Where's the fish? Fish is up here. My instinct would be to...
Slind you, as they say around here. Lately people have been quenching their thirst and staying dry at the same time.
Okay. So we've completed the task of supplying the... I think this game's getting a little bit away from me at the moment. It seems a bit overkill to put a train station here. My instinct is to actually put the cargo station up here. So maybe like that. Well, we'll go for it and see how it goes. And then what I'm going to do is put this track into here, like that. Then we're going to create a new route from here to here. What's what we got here? Not connect all the stations. Okay. Why can't we connect this station? What's up with it? Ah, this is not actually connected. So let's just redo that again. Don't want to disturb the train, so that's now connected. At a station. We should now be able to. Now the problem we're going to have is that we got two trains on the same line, so what we're going to need is a passing place, which is what we learned about in the Java. So, what's that? I think if we can put a passing line here, and this is a reasonably flat area. I'm just going to run this about there, and then we're gonna, and this is where I do it can absolutely complete disaster. Why won't that? Okay, so we've now got a passing place there. I don't know how these stations are going to work. We're probably going to end up with a collision. I can almost guarantee it. And what we're going to do now is buy a vehicle. I'm going to buy a steam train. I'm going to get some cargo. What can you carry steel? I think this is the one we need. Boxcar. Add. Oops, what happened there? Okay, get away with it. Now I'm just gonna cancel. Okay, we're gonna buy that, and we're gonna locate you onto line 1. And now I'm gonna be very interested to see how. Now the problem we're gonna get now is my station there. Now, can I be cheeky? Because that's got a link to there. Manage line. For you, the fish line. There we go. Now, can we duplicate lines? Let's see if I can do this. If we set a line here and run it up to, say, there, there, and there. So we've got a line running from here to there. And then if we go to here and buy some vehicles, and we want cargo, I'm just going to buy 6 of these, and then we're going to assign you to line 1. I'm just going to be interested to see if that's actually going to work. We're just okay on that one. Stone circle. What on earth is modify the carriage route? The solution is really within the stars. And where has that got? Some, oh, what's this over here? Okay. What on earth is this? Mysterious. I've got absolutely no idea what this means. Modify the carriage route. Is there actually a carriage route over it, or do we have to create one? New line. It's actually. Oh no, it says there's. Oh, it says actually a route here. Okay. Can we move these up? No. Let's just leave. If we go 1, add in the station. So we go 1 to 4. Is that a star? I mean, that's what I would think is a star. So it's going from 1 to 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. But we'll just leave it and see what happens. I mean, I presume I'm more interested in seeing how my fish line's working, to be honest. Do you actually... Do I actually have a train on this line? Ah.
The secret of the stones has been revealed.
That wasn't a bad guess, was it?
You back to 1746, only to last Monday morning. But maybe that is better than waking up in the midst of a fierce battle.
Well, that wasn't a bad guess. Okay. Right, you're carrying passengers. Is this my fishy line? Yeah, that's the fishy line. So we could put more passing points in. And we're obviously going to need to think, but... So the line obviously segments because this splits and this was here. And because it was on this, so it doesn't work like workers and resources. That these are treated as separate segments between signals. That's useful. So you just delivered to there. Right, how many? We're just going to follow this train. I'm not going to jump in camera. I just want to see. So this train's coming back. Who's going to get priority? Who's going to get there first? So you're on that section. This is where we have an almighty train crash. Yep. So he slowed down and paused to see if he was going to go into that section there. Okay. There's bound to be some kind of trap to catch me out with the signals. Just waiting to see whether that will... So we've now got the fish on that side, the coal on that side. So you can actually have... okay. Figure. Okay, let's have a look at this. We've got passenger... cargo. Oh, what's this? Okay, so we can actually make it bigger. Oh, that's cool. Oh, street access. So can we add roads? Oh, so we can actually change this. So I could... if I wanted to be sneaky, I could do something like this. Too much slope. Ah. Oh, it's nice to know some things don't change, never change with games. So we could do something like that. That will... so the fish trucks could come in this way. So rather than going all up round there, so they can actually speed up the line here. And this is my fish line. We're actually making some money as well. That's cool. I wasn't expecting to make money this early in the campaigns. And here comes the fishy line again. Wow, look at that. That's cool. The old coal mine's going flat out. Where's the city of Glasgow? Do you like me? Yeah, we've got working places 430, target population, get that in. 223 plus 90%. So it looks like the city is growing. Wow. And we've completed it. That went very well. I actually really enjoyed that. I'm really now starting to get into the game. It's going to continue playing while I do the outro. I have to confess, this game is really starting to hook me in now. I'm getting a feel for it, and I think that was a fairly elegant solution. Okay, let's just go tasks available. So this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you found it interesting. Same as always, any comments, tips, questions, feel free to chuck them in the description. In the next part, we will move on to the next mission in this chapter. And until then, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.